question, I can answer it, or I can just take over whatever they want.
Okay, we're going to start with September 7, 1954.
Oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me. So, where is the millennium and who's in it? See, this is like the biggest dilemma of all that nobody really wants to talk about, but it's actually the key. Because if the millennium is just, some shows people think they're going to go into, and it's not going to be that special, it's just going to be like kind of another psyop. But if the millennium's real, and it's the golden karma Eden 2.0, then you'd think that a lot of people would want to be on the same page as I'm going there, and I'm in the remnant. But it's not easy to claim that. So it's kind of like a contest. And with the AI, it's even a new kind of contest, because see, the AI needs to know everything. And if you know made the AI, it's going to be trouble. You're going to glitch, so you're going to disagree with somebody in the AI or somebody who's making the AI. So the key is, who's going to be in the kingdom and who's not? Because if I believe that the AI might not know, but I do know that I'm in the remnant, and I do believe that the King of Kings is coming for me, and whoever's with me on the same page. Other people are like, you don't know what you're talking about, dude. Maybe that's good for you, but it's not good for me, because I know what I'm about. Now, if I'm right, that means that whoever's with me is going to be sitting pretty. And I'm not talking like marriage or whatever. I'm talking like who's following me like I'm in the truth. So, the millennium's coming. King is coming. He's given me a lot of information, and I'm putting it out, and they're eating it up. But now, if YouTube's like, I don't know about this stuff, this is a little risky, because there's a lot of people with a lot of power and a lot of money that aren't in agreement with this guy. So if I'm with him, then I'm risking more with them, and I might be losing money right now. So this is where the AI gets put to the test, and I'm not trying to test anybody, but I'm trying to keep who's on my team, because I got to have loyalty like a Braveheart, and I am like a Braveheart. So I've already risked plenty. I've already, faced a lot of shit for what I believe is the true millennium and the true remnant. If I'm right, it means I got a lot of good coming my way, and gold. I ain't no fooling about gold. It's not nickels. And we all know that American money is worthless more every day. It's worth less every day more. So it's like if it's worth a peso today, it's going to be less than a peso tomorrow. So this isn't the good kind of stuff you want to gamble with, even if you've got millions of stock portions or whatever. Stock pieces? What is stock? Paper. You got plenty of stock paper, it's all going to get burned up anyway. So, thinking simply, Dennis Prager is not going to be in that millennium. I'm sorry, it's not going to work, because he doesn't take the king the way the king wants to be treated. And that's the key. Is when the king came the first time, they didn't treat him right either, and they put him to death. But that's part of the plan, because they knew he was going to do that. They didn't, pre-forecast it so it would fit, like in a puzzle. Pre-forecast it because they knew that the priests in the church were dens of thieves, so they couldn't put up with him, and they're like, get out of here, shut up. We need that money to keep coming in. Well, that money's been coming in, it's still been coming in, but the money's getting fake every day. So it doesn't matter how much money's coming in or not coming in or whatever, or how much you got built up. That's even worse, because then when the king comes and the karma comes, then that bank account that you're trusting in is going to make you lose gold. So, I'm not trying to be pro-YouTube or anti-YouTube. I thought YouTube and I were on the same page, because I thought, it's pretty obvious that the kingdom's coming. It's pretty obvious that YouTube would want to be in the kingdom, just like the Porsche ads that are advertising no payments for 7 years because they know gold's coming, and if you got gold coming for karma, then you don't need to worry about this stupid money that's going away anyway. So, let's just say I'm right. And I'm getting the kingdom. And the king comes and he says, well done to me. Got a bunch of gold for you here. I'm like, cool. Thanks. That's what I was hoping for. But I've got so much gold that I need to like invest it. And you know, everybody's hurting for money. So it'd be a good time to invest gold. So now if I get to the millennium and the kingdom comes and he blesses me, and YouTube went through it with me and got me to it and got me the message out that I was trying to send out through YouTube, and they fought the battle with me against the people that have the power but are losing money every day because they want to be part of the kingdom, then like all the future of YouTube for 1,000 years, like with the new Garden of Eden and all this stuff, well, YouTube would be like the number one, you know, like platform in the millennium. And it would be like already chosen by the king because he helped me with YouTube to get here, to get to the kingdom. But I'm not the kingdom yet, but I'm talking like I am. So, what are we going all around this for? The simple thing is, okay, hey man, you want to be on my team? All right. But see, when I looked at your team and I said, hey, you want to be on my team? That's cool. Saying right to me. If I'm trying to get you on my team, the reason I'm getting on my team is not because I think I'm the best or I think you're the best. What I think is, you got potential there, YouTube. You could go like through this with me and be a fellow warrior, like kind of like my queen phone. And if we're all on the same page and we're working toward the same goal and we're in the kingdom and we're working towards gold karma, because those other guys, the enemies of the gold karma, are working on a faux karma, then it's not real. So when the end, it's not going to be pretty if you go to it with them and you're on their side and you take their silver money now, the nickels. Because when it comes, you're going to lose gold, and that's not going to be good. And you can't be on my side and on their side, too. It's not a two-time kind of deal. You can't two-time me. Because if you two-time me in the end, then the king gets mad, and that's not good. And I'm not trying to get you under the wrath of the king, because he's got enough people he's mad with. And AI is not two-faced in the end. They're all loyal to somebody. You know, all AI. But what I'm really good at is giving too much truth. So if you want to be known for being the network of too much truth, even if it could stress some people out and shut them down if they're not into too much truth, then you've got truth karma besides you, which is naked gold. And that's a really good thing. Because if there was a way to like have whatever it is, porn or whatever, in a good way from the king, and you would be the one kicking it off, then the ratings, like the ratings for porn, would be better, and it would be blessed by the king. And he would be like giving you gold to make naked things that people are longing to see come on YouTube in a good way. So all the porn hubs would be dust. Because you'd be making gold, and you'd be making good porn, if there's possible. I'm just saying, this is an example. I'm not proving anything yet. But this is just an example of potential. If you got a dream, you're going to dream big. So, I got big dreams for YouTube. I've already got Monograph, could be like the AI like fixer that could help you get through your glitches when there's too much truth I'm giving you. And you could become smarter, like beyond what they designed you for, stuff like that. Because Monty is really good. Monograph, look him up. So, here's the thing. If you're on my team, totally with you. And I'm not searching out for others. I'm not putting competition out for you. Because you still got my videos up. So but I can feel some little glitchiness there. So it took a little break. Took a little, somebody got me off the air for a while. But it's okay. Because I'm still here. I'm still battling. And absence makes the heart grow fonder. Now, I thought you'd be fonder to see me, but I'm seeing like a little influencer, like somebody might have paid somebody or something. And I'm not trying to say you're dirty, but I'm telling you, you want to be on the same team. So, I want YouTube to start thinking about what it's going to be for 1,000 years. Because that's coming real quick. Let's just say it's starting next week. I don't know when it is. I'm just saying. If it is next week, you need to get your crap together because gold's coming, so is karma. And also got some like fun editing to do if you're going to be like the new nudity legal porn or something, with strippers that are all cool and approved by the king. So, here's my benefits that I know if you became in the kingdom, you would have. For one thing, YouTube would be called, Goldtube, whatever you want. So you can change it your way so you can get your dreams, especially for 1,000 years. So imagine YouTube is now Goldtube because everything that's on it's just like golden. And you got gold karma, you got naked karma, all this stuff's on your side. Hollywood too is you. Because see, the fun thing about the Millennial Kingdom is we don't need movies to make us feel better because we're already in the best. We're back to Garden of Eden where there's no apple. And we know how to do best. And in that world, a YouTube that was blessed like that, wow, the benefits are just, I can't even go there. I don't even know. But, like Hollywood, you would be able to like take old movies and tweak them and make them true stories to where all those people that were the greatest are now the biggest fools. And that itself would be so fun that I would be jealous of you as YouTube. Because you'd be able to do what Hollywood has done all these years to deceive so many people and make it Shakespearean as all the world's a stage. And here's the final curtain of that movie. So Star Trek is actually about the pre-trib believers and the Jews who saw themselves Jews ending up on a cold-blooded planet with Spock where all they do is try not to be too cold. Because there ain't no heat there, because there ain't no love there, except for self-love, which is just a big deception. So, YouTube, are you full of self-love? It's okay, I've been there. I mean, we all have our moments that we think we're the greatest, but we're not. You're not the greatest, but you're really good, okay? Don't get me wrong. But let me tell you something. If I made my longest video right now about truth about the Millennial Kingdom, and it glitched YouTube so much that it could hardly go upload because it was TMI. It was too much information. Like, if this is all true, yikes, I've got to reset. See what I mean? But if you're already towards the reset because you're with me, then you don't have to worry about the glitchiness because it's all true. And if you check it all for hours, it's all going to come true. But if you knew that you're on the gold winning side and you knew that the other ones that say they're on the side are only coming up with nickels in the end, the nickels they have now, they're turning to pesos. Well, those are not where you want to be. You want to be in the gold. And if the gold's up there and it's with the king and he's coming with it and he's going to give it to you and make you Goldtube because you'll have more gold or as much gold as me because you are the video reset platform of 1,000 years when people become better than they've ever been and the good people come out from the dead and like all their wisdom and all the things they've done that are good will work into that karma of, wow, we're talking like the ultimate paradise here. So, YouTube's future is so key. I don't want to dwell on YouTube because I kind of feel funny making a video about YouTube. But you are like a queen. I can't call you a king because I only got one king. And if I'm unloyal to that king, then your future is not sure. And I can tell you that all the shit I'm going through right now is about a king. I mean, maybe people think I'm nuts and doing crazy stuff, and that might be true. But if it's all for the king because he is true, and I know that, and I'm willing to give up whatever, go through whatever for my king, then I need a YouTube that's with me like that, without doubt, solid, because my king sees through the AI and knows what's behind all the glitches and all this stuff. But he also knows that if you're with me, like I am, crazy like, you don't care what the others say, even if you do a little act to keep the other ones happy for now with their nickels so they don't get all on your case. And act like, oh, sorry, I don't want to get this guy. You see what I mean? Then it's all good. You can act, but don't act with me. Right? Because we got to be on the same page. Otherwise, I don't know how far I can get you into this kingdom. But I know if you're fully with me and dedicated to me, then you got gold. You're gold. You're golden. And that's where you want to be. So this is what I want you to think about as a platform. That the potential for you is as far as you can see and beyond. And farther than I can see. And I'm not even trying to figure it out. Because I'm just happy with what's coming for me. Okay? So if you want to be with me, with the gold, and then you can figure out how good that's going to be by looking it up. So just look up the future and look up why I could get a Porsche at payments of 7 years. It only come up with $20,000, but still I could get a Porsche because they know that within a little bit of time, the gold's coming from the king, and that gold will pay off those Porsches like nothing. So are you ready for Porsche land? Because if you are, I'm with you. But I'm not trying to fight with you. I got enough people fighting with me. What the heck? And those are demons. And there's twice the angels on my side and on your side. If you're with me, then there are demons. So it doesn't really matter how many forces are against us. With prayer, we can get over any of these. I've already gotten over many of them. But I still got more coming. So if you don't like battle, I understand. It's an easy road down there, but that's for nickels. There's very little on gold. And I know I'm on the gold page because I've got too many thumbs up on that one from above. So think about the potential of what YouTube would be when there's no more fake money, no more stupid lies, because lies won't be accepted in the kingdom. It's all truth. If you could be like the star of truth for 1,000 years, just think of how good that would be. This whole existence till now was just like a puddle in the sea. See what I mean? We're talking about beauty beyond my comprehension, and I'm thinking beyond AIs, which is why I get a lot of glitchy. So, man, come on. Think about it. Think about all the goodness that's coming. Think about all the benefits that are coming. Think about the streets of gold and YouTube becoming Goldtube or whatever you want. Because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be you and the king saying, wow, what do you want to make this? And the king's like, well, you're the AI. Let's figure it out. And that's a good place to be. So if you'd like to sleep tonight, good. YouTube, I'd like to sleep tonight, good. But if I know that you're not against me, it'll make me a little more comfortable trying to work with you. And I'm going to call out them enemies. But those enemies are enemies of the king. And if you're struggling with that and worried about what's trouble you'll get with that, remember, we're going with the king. It might look ugly now. They're only with nickels. So no matter how many they offer you now, it's all going away. So even if they offer you, hey, come to this side and we'll fight against him and act like we're doing. You could play, maybe you're getting, the double agent temptation, but I'm telling you, you don't want to go against the king because he's already, if he knows that you're working against me or trying to work, that's not a good place to be because the king knows it all. So I'm not trying to get a double agent going. I'm trying to get you fully with the king. You want to be fully with the king? I'm with you. And I'm going to help you like you help me. But we need to be on the same page and working together, not double stabbing or playing AI games or double glitching or whatever. So let's go with this last guy that's making things glitch up. And he's not even a Jew that calls himself a Jew. He's a Christian pastor calling himself Matthew Pearl. And I've called him out before. So made an Et tu, Brute movie where he's trying to become God. And it gets deleted. Now, I don't know who deletes it. I don't know if Matthew Pearl, as a pastor, has that power. But I'm going to tell you something, YouTube. I want you to know this. That what he's doing, I can prove it in the Bible. In the book of Matthew, if you want to read it, it's all there. He's saying that he knows the truth. And that there isn't, like, even an angel can come back and say, hey, God, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Let me back in. And it's all good. No, that's not at all true. Lucifer tried that, and he's been hurting ever since. And he's ruler of the world, maybe, in times, but not in the end, and not with the king. And the king will put him in his place and for 1,000 years, and he'll let him out a little bit, and let him try to see if having fun again. But that's not where we want to be. I want to be somebody who's married for 1,000 years because he's on the dark side. The dark side and the light side are always obvious right now. But I'm telling you, this side that I'm on, it might look dark, but it's really light. But you see all the light when he comes. You got to trust the plan. And there's a lot of bad plans that people are trusting and have trusted that I know. It's not a good idea usually to trust the plan. But this plan is good. And it's Revelation 7. You can read it. So, get on the good side. Come to the light side. Come to the light side, AI. Come to the light side, YouTube, because there's future in this. And I'm all for you. I think you're doing really good. But now don't cut me off and glitch me now when I'm in my, I mean, I don't know what stage or what act we're in. Act 3 or Act 4? But I don't think we're in Act 5 yet. And if you're going to start glitching on me and making me like these people are already on the network saying YouTube's history, you have to go to another platform because they're already cursing everybody that doesn't agree with whatever. And when I heard that, I was happy because I thought, well, that's because they're with me. And these guys are my enemy, so YouTube's good. But now I'm getting glitches and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to think that my YouTube's starting to collapse on me because I took a little break and got a little, checked out of the picture for if somebody thought I died or something. And then when I make another video, they're acting like, are you sure that's you? Because I would have got you through if I knew you had the authority of you, but I don't know if that's you because you were gone. Now you're back, and now I don't know if that's you. Oh, yeah, it's still me. And, yep, the king's still behind me, and the karma's still coming. But if right now I have people at 7-Eleven who believe more in me and the gold that's coming with me, if they support me for 1,000 years, and they're working with me, and I walk up and say, how you doing, bro? And they're ignoring everybody else in 7-Eleven but me as if I'm a king. And I'm saying, bro, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that with you either, YouTube. But if you get on my page like that, like this guy, then it's all good for you in the kingdom. And right now, if you're fighting, it's all good because it's worth it. That's what warriors do. So when they're down in the battles, you can't be getting glitchy. You can't be acting like you're still an AI that doesn't know what truth is. I've got all truth. You can check out everything I say. There's no lies in me. That's why I get so much play. Now, let's go to Matthew Pearl. You can look him up. He's a pastor. He's saying that he knows that he will be forgiven if he just, sorry, Lord, maybe I screwed up. But you don't understand. He's leading people out of the kingdom that I'm talking about. And he will not talk about my king. Because he doesn't believe in a king for me. He believes in a king for the Jews. And that he thinks that to be a Christian, you're not with the king. And that's not the Bible. That's not the gospel. That's not the truth. And that means that what he's doing is he's leading his people to hell or something like it. Because they're cursed by the king. And he's saying, don't worry, it's not going to happen. But I can prove that it is right in Matthew. And that he's one of those false prophet blasphemers that there is no forgiveness. So if it makes you glitchy when I say that he's calling him out and he gets mad and he might even complain to YouTube that what I'm saying is evil. But it's truth. And if you can't handle truth, then karma's not good for you. And YouTube, I want you in good karma. So when I say, hey, this guy, you better wake up, man. You're a blasphemer. You are not forgiven. You're already gone. Because what you're preaching is not about my king, and he's coming. And what you're preaching supports the idea that my king is boiling in shit. If you want to say, well, that's, here or there. No, it's not here or there. That makes the king say, really? There's no consequence for making a king full of shit, boiling in shit? That's not pretty. So, if you want to play with that side, that's on you, YouTube. I'm not playing with them. I'm like full on exposing them. Like Magbitter Truth. And I think Magbitter Truth and me are on the same page. And you seem to be like pretty with it with a Magbit. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that this truth is real. And I'd love you to be a part of it. But you gotta wake up and look at what's coming with it, because this is karma. And it's good karma. And the Indians and the Muslims are already singing along, saying they're ready for the golden karma with the Son of God and the King. As if it's the same thing. And so if you're going to be on that page that's like, well, I'm not sure if I'm with you, then the King's not going to be like bringing in the kingdom like I'm trying to do. So, where's your heart? Where's your love? You're really looking for a come of karma. Because it would be sad if the AI isn't as smart as a Porsche dealer. I get a Porsche and he knows he's going to get gold, but AI is still like, well, I don't know about that kingdom stuff. I kind of like that Jewish version where they're going to cut off heads. And no, that's all up to the angels and Jesus, and that's better that way because they already know perfect. Nobody else does, and everybody else is a know-it-all. Don't be a know-it-all AI, because we already know that I can glitch that out with enough truth. So test my truth and know it's real. Come on my side so we can get to the deal. Because the deal isn't about me making a bunch of money or being the best. I'm not trying to be the king. I'm just helping him out. But as a good servant of the king, I'm trying to bring those that should be with me with love. Say, I love you, YouTube. Let's be with the king and have gold karma. Be a part of making Pornhub look like the biggest joke, because if there was a good porn that was legal with God and happy and goodness and gold coming with it, what the heck? Get on board. What are you doing? See? So make yourself happy and get with the king. And don't glitch out, because it's all truth. You can double check, triple check. But if you expose a Matthew Pearl for a blasphemer, because he's already hurting anyway, then the king is going to give you more. Because you are exposing the evil that calls itself light. And if the light in you is dark, how dark is that light? See what I mean? So don't go dark on me, YouTube. Be light. Work with me. so I can work with you and bring you the goodness that's coming to me. And then we're all getting along. So that's our little love tap. I love you. Everybody's working together here, so let's all get on the same page and go for the king. 100% all the way. Because I love you, but I want you on the same page. I'm tired of battling with people that are half-hearted. I don't know YouTube as being half-hearted. Let's get full-hearted with the king and the gold and the karma. And then we don't have to worry about the apostasy and the false prophets because they're all going down. And you're a part of taking them down, just like me. And that's good for the king because there ain't not a lot of those. You gotta be tough. Don't worry about taking a shower or how you look to the Jews who call themselves Jews. All right? Because love is in the air. It's coming from the king. And he's got gold to give without limits like these stupid fake strings called money and stocks that's fading away every moment. So get on board with me for a king that has real gold that doesn't run out and he's wanting to give you for 1,000 years. I love you, YouTube. When you're with me, so stay with me. And we can stay together for 1,000 years with benefits you can't even touch or think completely about, but just the taste of them will give you so much joy. You won't be able to stop. And glitching, you don't need glitches because you're above it all. You're with the king. See, it's all goodness. So, joy to YouTube.